Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Chronicles. My name is Daddy Steve, and today's topic is going to be community building. We're going to discuss what community building is, why it's important, and tips for improving your community building skills. So with that being said, we're going to jump in to what community building is. And it is building a persistent group of like-minded individuals who share common interests. Now, it could be a number of things when you're talking about community building, but in this specific video, we're talking about video games. So building a community around video games. Now, before you do that, you want to ask yourself, what types of games do you like? What types of games do you dislike? What types of people are you looking for to join your community? Those things are kind of important when you're going for community building, so you know what individuals to include and what individuals you may want to exclude, or maybe individuals that may not be interested in joining your community. So just keep that in mind. So for example, if you are a person that's extremely into FPS, first-person shooters, and you only play first-person shooters and you don't play anything else, you think RPGs are boring, it may not be a good idea to go look for people who are into RPGs, or go to existing communities that have a heavy population of RPG fans, because you're just not going to mesh well. You may not have common interests together. And it's probably not going to work out for you. So try to find like-minded people. It's the easiest thing to do. If you're a person that likes every type of game, then it makes that a lot easier for you to community build, but also a lot more broad. If you're very specific in your focus on what you like, then people are gonna gravitate towards you. So and it's also tied to the game that you may end up streaming to. So for me, for example, I like League of Legends. That is the main game that I stream, and it was the only game I streamed for probably 8 months. So obviously, my community is predominantly built around people who like League of Legends and League of Legends type of games. So RTS games, MOBA games, those people tend to gravitate towards my channel because that is what our focus is. Now, in recent months, I've branched out and played different games, so our community is actually diversifying a little bit and breaking away from the League of Legends scene a little bit. But prior to probably like 2 months ago, it was predominantly League of Legends. Literally everybody in our community was playing League of Legends. So it's starting to diversify a little bit. So let me jump into why community building is important. First and foremost, community building is important for a streamer because it helps with the growth. It helps you grow by giving you a place for someone who is interested in the content you create to come back to over and over again. In order for them to continually come back, you need to be able to build a community that is persistent and that will withstand the test of time. And that also goes back to retention too. A lot of times you'll have viewers or people that come in and just stop. They'll be like drive-by viewers, if you will, and they'll come in to visit. They may check out your stream for a little while and then never come back. You need to really work on grabbing those people, bringing them into your community, and having them invested for the long term in your content, into the people that are in your community. That way they continually come back and they tell other people to come join the community, and then your community expands exponentially based on the number of people in your community. So it's really important as a broadcaster to have community building in order to grow and retain your viewership or your subscribers or whatever it is you are rating yourself on. It's extremely important. So let's jump into like some tips on what I suggest on community building. Honestly, with community building, you need a home. You need somewhere that you can gather and be together. Even when you're not streaming alone or putting videos up alone is not enough for a community to thrive on. Honestly, the best thing that you can use that's out there today, in my humble opinion, is Discord. Discord is an application that lets you do text and voice chat. You even can video chat. It's an upgraded version of Skype and TeamSpeak. It is an amazing application that is very customizable based on what your needs are. I recommend using Discord to create any community that you plan to build in the future. So starting with Discord, you want to start funneling people from your streams, funneling people from your videos into your Discord community, and then build out from there. Now, other tips on how to improve or make a stronger community include being engaged with your community. It's not enough just to funnel people to your Discord and then never talk. you actually need to really engage and interact with your community. This is really obvious stuff, but you'll be surprised how many Discord communities I'm a part of where there is minimal effort to create conversation, to create dialogue with the community members, and it's just like people are just sitting there in empty servers. That's what you call each individual Discord as a server. So you have all these servers that I'm a part of that have no interaction or no talking, or there's long extended periods of time where there's nothing happening in the Discord. No one's talking at all. And so you, as a community builder, as the host, as the admin of your community, you need to take initiative and engage with your community. It will not thrive. In fact, your community will probably disappear if you do not engage and keep them wanting to come back. If you're not doing anything to really drive engagement, then you have no reason to think that your community will stay intact. Another thing too is being active on social media with community building. Again, you're using your social media platform to drive everybody to a specific community platform that you're using. In this example, we're using Discord. So you're using your social media, all your social media platforms to drive everybody to your Discord. So you got to make sure that you're active on your social media when you're not streaming, when you're not uploading videos. You're active on every social media account that you can possibly be on to start driving people towards your community. And again, you're just trying to get as many people together, as many like-minded people together as possible that share the same common interests. They may even that common interest may just be you as a broadcaster or a streamer. They're interested in what you have, and that's enough to get people to link up. And to start meshing and gelling together. And once you have that, then you know you're off to a good start with the community. Another thing too is networking with other communities and broadcasters. I see this come up a lot, and I'll make another video on streaming etiquette or just broadcaster etiquette in general. But for the sake of this video, it is important to network with other broadcasters, other communities. And get the word out there, but don't do it in a scummy way. Don't self-promote. Do it organically. Don't even tell them you're a streamer or anything like that. Get to know people. Really get ingrained in other communities before you try to engage them to join your community or poach people for your community. Really, just try to get to know the people that in other communities that have similar communities to yours, and then you guys can grow together. You guys can lift each other together. There have been a number of people in my community specifically that were just viewers that came every day. I call them regulars because they would come back regularly and hang out, and they still do to this day, that have went on to become streamers. Now, because they invested so much time in networking with our community, everybody in our community was excited when they started to stream because they know this person. They've been there since I started streaming. And so honestly, like when they started streaming, we were all there to support this person that we may have not been there in the beginning for this person had this person not done the networking ahead of time. And the person did it in a non-scummy way, non-like self-promotion way. Like they just straight up were engaged with our community, engaged with my content, engaged with everybody in my chat. And then later on, they decided to stream, and everybody was like 100% voluntarily like, I want to go support you. You're awesome. You've been a great friend to us, and we want to join you and help and uplift you. So that's just an example of a positive way to do community building and networking with other communities. And just make sure that you're doing it for the right intentions. You're not using people to get where you want to be. And another word you can use besides networking, because I know networking is intimidating to some people, is just building friendships. That's literally what networking is. You're building a friendship to help you both rise at the same time. There's not one person stepping on another person. You guys are rising together. So just think of it like that. Think of it as a friendship where you both help each other grow and you help each other get better. So let's just recap community building real quick, because I know this is going to be a short video. I'm not trying to make these videos too extremely long, just trying to have them as small as possible so they're easy to digest. We talked about what community building is. We talked about why it's important and some tips for community building. Again, what community building is basically a persistent group of people, like-minded people who share common interests. It is important for your growth and retention as a broadcaster, growth in viewership and retention of viewership. And then tips that we went over today were to use Discord, because it's the best community building platform out there today, in my opinion. Be highly engaging with your community once you create this Discord. Don't just make it and funnel people there and not speak with anybody. The other point we made was to leverage your social media platforms. Use those social media platforms to drive traffic to your other platforms, including your community building efforts. And last but not least, network with other communities and streamers to help grow together, make lasting friendships that are going to help you both grow in the long term. Don't self-promote. Don't be a scummy person and use people to get ahead. If you do these things, I believe you are going to be off to a good start on community building. As always, if you have any questions or additional clarification needed on any of the points discussed here, please leave a comment below and I'll be sure to reply to you. Thank you for checking out the video today, guys. As always, if you like my content, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you guys later. Peace.